is a senior nuclear specialist with Greenpeace East Asia. Shaun, good to see you. Okay, so it never sounds good to be dumping anything contaminated into the ocean, of course, but isn't this the safest way to deal with it?
Unfortunately, it's not. The Japanese government has been determined to try and solve this problem of nuclear wastewater. There's over 1 million cubic meters in tanks at the site. But there'll be many, many hundreds of tons, thousands of tons in the coming years. So they haven't solved the problem. The contaminated water still increases every day. What we've seen in the last weeks is marine scientists in the United States from the National Marine Laboratories, that's the leading marine institutes, marine scientists in the United States, basically saying this plan should not go ahead. The Japanese government has not demonstrated the science and the safety. And we have islands in the Pacific, through the Pacific Island Forum, basically calling on Japan to suspend its plans. Greenpeace has been long opposed to this. We've investigated, we've attended meetings with the Japanese government and with Tokyo Electric, the owner of the plant, but they're still moving ahead despite the clear science that this is a wrong decision.
Okay, so what's a better way to dispose of it then? Because, when there was the initial disaster at Fukushima, it was huge. It released about 1/10 of the radiation that Chernobyl did, but it had a minimal effect on life.
Well, I think the problem is that the nature of radioactivity, different radioactive materials will have a longer environmental impact. Some last days, some last seconds, but some last hundreds of thousands of years. Plutonium that is released, 24,500 years for the half of the radioactivity to decay. In the case of carbon-14, it's 5,500 years. So the long-term consequences of these releases are not known by science, but the uncertainty is very clear. And therefore, the argument is that don't release this material into the environment if you can avoid doing so. And the case is very clear. There is storage capacity in the region. It's a nuclear disaster zone. Long-term storage of any large liquid volumes is possible, but the Japanese government is going for the cheaper option by dumping into the Pacific.
All right, Shaun, well told. I appreciate your waiting on us to get to you in this show. Thanks so much.